So, gentlemen, many of you may have noticed that I have a lot of new things right now. I have new backgrounds. In the background here, you can see there is a new mat, a new desk mat. I have new hair. It went from dark brown to burgundy-ish, purplish. I have a new background for Honeydukes behind me for Asking Aquarius. I have a bunch of just new stuff, you know. And one of the things I got that was new cards from my brothers. I wanted to get some divine masculine decks. I have so many beautiful divine feminine decks, which is, you know, women are my first love. Stop. Y'all know. But I was like, I love my brothers too. Just because a woman is a lesbian does not mean she has to have an adversarial relationship with men. I love my brothers. I love my uncles. I love my cousins. Many women I know, you know, who are in my orientation, you know, love their fathers or other, you know, masculine energies. My best friend, one of my best friends in my inner circle is a guy. So I think we need each other regardless of sexual orientation. I think that we're here together as a species, and I love my brothers. So I started looking for decks specifically for my brothers, and I got to tell you, it's not a lot of them, but I found three, three nice ones too, and I have them here. So men of any walk of life, you know, doesn't matter, can get something from today's reading. So my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Asking Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who may want to check it out too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a personal private reading done with me, I do astrological charts, astrological compatibility, and tarot readings is my first love. Tarot and oracle. So all of my information is going to be underneath this video. So if you want to hit me up, please do. Now, also underneath this video, I'm going to put the link to this cool desk mat that I have. I'm going to put the links to all the decks that I used today. And then you'll see my personal information. Okay, let's get started, guys. So first and foremost, you have to pick your crystal, gentlemen. The first one here, this one is a mermaid quartz. This one here is a Age of Aquarius quartz. And over here we have some chips, some fluorite chips inside of a candy holder. I thought that was so cute for your little crystal chips. So pick the pile that is yours, either 1, 2, or 3. Try to pick based on which one is calling you, not so much like which crystal you like the most, but which like pile is pulling you. And I'm talking about like gut instinct. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go here and we're going to work with pile number 1. So gentlemen, those of you who are in pile number 1, here's your first card, and I'm going to look at the spread and read it to you. The spread here says card 1 should be the card to determine your masculine, your divine masculine energy. So you have a really good divine masculine energy, a 3 of Pentacles. A 3 of Pentacles is a hard working energy. Let me back it up a little bit. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see the cards. I have so many things on here. I don't want to burn a card with that. So let's pull this back some and keep an eye on that. Okay. So the first thing I'm seeing here is that you have a good card for this. Divine masculine energy that gets the 3 of Pentacles is hardworking, down to earth, practical kind of energy. You're the kind of person that really, even if you're not working right now, you're the kind of person who really would thrive with a career or job. It might be with your hands, like this guy here. It doesn't have to be, though. It could be like using your intellect as well. But you would do great with something that you really feel like you care about. So your divine masculine energy is giving us hard working. Love that. All right, your second card here. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 says, how I support and protect those around me. So, gentlemen in power number 1, you support and protect those around you in one or two ways. It's imbalanced is what they're giving us here, because this card came up for you in the reverse. So what that's saying is that some of you are overprotective, it's too much. It's over. I was telling one of my male friends, ex-male friend, is a Libra, as a matter of fact, and I was saying to him, like, yo, you are overbearing. I'm not a little girl. You don't have to run my life for me. And I think that is masculine energy, and I don't think it's negative. I think it's protective, that protective energy they mentioned just now. But you have to realize that you handicap people when you overprotect them. So this card is saying that some of you are overdoing it. You're overprotecting it. You're over showing up. So you have to balance that by backing off a little bit and letting the people in your lives, especially the women and the children, because this is usually when this happens. And sometimes it can happen with your peers at work or those below you at work too. But you have to back off a little bit and allow people, to make mistakes and to learn and do those kind of things and not be so overprotective. Also, some of you is the exact opposite. You're not really showing up. At least the people in your life don't feel like you're showing up in that kind of way. And for you guys, it's a matter of looking and evaluating that. Like, am I showing up? Because for some of you, the answer is no. And the people in your life feel neglected, even if that's not what you're meaning to do. For some of you, I think you're just working too much, because when the 3 of Pentacles comes up, the card before this one, sometimes that's the issue. And as we look through this stack here, we're going to see more of that energy. So for some of you, it could just be that, and you could simply rebalance that by making more time for your loved ones. Not always easy, especially if you're working more than one job. Number 3, how could I be more active in chasing my desires? So this is your card right here. Now, bust this. These are decent. Your card came up in the reverse. So this is the way it would be. I'm going to put it in the upright so you can see the artwork and hear my explanation. So for those of you in Power 1, it's saying here that you can be more active in supporting your desires if your energy was more concentrated. For many of you, your energy is wild. You're the wild bull. You know what I mean? Some of you are that wild bull. Some of y'all having a good time out there, and that's awesome, But some of y'all is too much wildness, and it needs to be, reined in if you really want to be able to get your desires, your goals, your manifestations. If you want that business, if you want that Bentley, if you want that family, or whatever it is that you want to manifest, you're going to have to control that wild energy, and channel it into manifestation. So for some of you, it's that wild energy. And for some of you, it's not that you're playing around, it's that you're doing too much. So you're working 2-3 jobs, you're taking care of your mom, you're seeing your girlfriend, you might have 3 or 4 kids or something like that. You have multiple hats and multiple things that you're juggling, is what this is saying. So none of the energy is concentrated enough on your goals, on the things you want to manifest. So for example, you might want to manifest a business, but you can't manifest it because you don't have enough time to work on your business plan, because you're working 3 jobs and taking care of Nana. You see? So for some of you, it's a matter of just really focusing that energy. But this card is not a bad one, because this card says you can manifest it once you focus. And let's see the next one. The next one here says, a suppressed emotion that I should resolve. Ooh, okay. Here's yours, pile number 1. The High Priestess. So the suppressed emotions are coming from you are your spiritual abilities, your psychic abilities, your connection, those kind of things, your instincts, your gut instincts. So you need to not suppress that. If you feel something in your gut, go with it. And for many of you, it's going to be allowing yourself to tap into your spiritual self. The mosque, the synagogue, I don't care where you go, whatever floats your boat, pick something that's positive and something that's reinforcing, and go for it, because this is saying that many of you have a very strong spiritual sense that you're ignoring and not tapping into, and you can use it to manifest the things that you want. let me see, how I can confront this suppressed emotion. Well, your suppressed emotion ties strongly into cowardice. Now, I know many of you thinking, I ain't no coward. I'm, I'm not. No. I hear you. This isn't talking about being scared of a person or scared to fight or something like that. This is about being afraid to tap into your own power, being afraid to tap into your spirituality. Some of you are afraid of that. Some of you more so than others. Some of you have grown up being taught that, you shouldn't do that. For example, maybe some of you grew up in the church and the church has you believing that you shouldn't tap into your gut instincts or your sixth sense or your third eye. And you're thinking, well, this is a bad thing. You don't want to go there. That could be what it is. That fear could have been instilled in you. Or you could just be thinking you have to change. I know I was thinking that when I started to think about getting into spirituality. I was like, am I going to have any fun anymore? I might have to change. And I still have plenty of fun. So those kind of things may be coming up for many of you. Or you might be afraid of what people are going to say. What is my grandma going to say? What is my girlfriend going to think? Those kind of things can hold us all back, male or female. And this one here says, how I can connect with my inner warrior. So this is connecting with all the ways that you're going to make these things happen. And it says here you got the Sovereign card. So this card is really cool. This card is talking about basically what it's saying here. Connecting with your inner warrior means to tap into prosperity, security, stability, and harmonizing and balancing out your life. So for those of you who got, because remember that first card was about, that second card was about imbalance. So this is saying that you have to plan, use strategies, and all kinds of collaborations in order to be able to use this energy. So you can tap into that prosperous energy by simply finding ways to plan it out. Plan out that business plan. Find ways. You might have to, for example, you might have to do a financial budget so you can drop maybe one of your 3 jobs so that you can then be able to do the business plan and focus on the business. And then once the business is up and running, oh, boom, now you don't have to work all them jobs because you have this business running, for example. So whatever it is that you need to do, they're saying you have to strategically plan, think about it, and then execute your plan. This is masculine energy. Masculine energy, to me, is problem-solving energy. It finds the solution and it goes for it. So for many of you, that's exactly what this energy needs. You may be thinking there's nothing I can do, and this cards are telling us there is much you can do to change to get the things that you want. All right, pile number 1. Thank you for listening. We're going to go into pile number 2. Pile number 2 has the Age of Aquarius quartz that looks like a phallus. Everybody keeps saying, Queen, that looks like a phallus. I'm like, kind of, sort of. I mean, there's 2 things on it. I've never seen a phallus like that. But I do get the comparison. All right, your card came up reversed like that. But I'm going to put it in the upright because you guys know I really want to be able to see the artwork as I'm talking. All right, so this is your pile number 2. Your first card is card to describe your divine masculine energy. So your divine masculine energy is very strong as far as like stable energy is concerned. I think your intellectual energy is probably on point for most of you, and your fire, your motivation is on point. Your problem is your emotion. This card is saying that you're not tapping into self-love enough, which men and women do that. That's a big problem in the communities. You're not tapping into self-love enough, and you're not tapping enough into your divine energy. So just the same way, pile number 1 needs to tap into their own abilities, their inner strength. You need to tap into your divine connection. So this is like your God, your goddess, your Buddha, whatever your energy, your higher power is. You need to create a better connection with your higher power. And for some of you, you're probably thinking, I have a connection, but how often are you utilizing it? Are you being consistent with it? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Because that's what this energy is about. Also, remember I said self-love. Are you giving yourself enough love? Are you, doing all those things that are good for yourself? Number 2, Your second card here says how I support and protect those around me. So the Four of Wands is saying that you do support and protect those around you, mostly people that you view as family. So if people, you see them in a family sense that they really are family, or you feel like they're family, then you're going to be able to be a supportive and protective energy. So there's no real problems with that one. That's great. Let's see the next one, number 3. Number 3 says how I could be more active in chasing my desires. All right, so let's see, chasing those desires. Well, number 2 pile, it looks like you are chasing those desires. I think you got to just keep on doing what you're doing, because you got the King of Pentacles card, and this card is in the upright. So that means that many of you are chasing your desires and catching them. At least on a financial like kind of tip, a lot of you are doing it. You might not be the most emotionally available or the most emotionally connected based on other cards that we've seen, but it does look like you're able to manifest your desires. That is awesome. Your next card says a suppressed emotion that I should resolve. Some of you have some issues with the past. Some of you have done some things you're not proud of. Yeah, me too. Join the club, right? Some of you have done some things you're not proud of that you want absolution for. And this could be a number of things. This could be somebody whose heart you broke. This could be disappointing your grandmama. You know, this could be not, living up to your own expectations of yourself. That basketball scholarship that you should have taken. It's so many different ways that this comes up for, I'm going to say a person, but specifically I'm thinking of masculine energy. So a lot of you who are in this pile want absolution for something you're feeling shameful or guilty about. So that's an emotion you definitely want to take a look at. You may have disappointed your significant other, and it could be massive, or it could be something that's small and recent, or small and a long time ago, but it's still there, so it needs to be resolved. How I can confront this suppressed emotion. So how can you confront it is right here. This is interesting because this is saying that for many of you, your lovers, feminine energy is an excellent energy for this. And this is not saying that your lover has to be a feminine energy either, because you can get nurturing from a feminine or a masculine energy. So what we're going to do is right now we're going to look up this one and see, why did they say your lover? Okay, so it says here that your lover can be extremely helpful at this time with that energy. So some of you that have a more sensitive, open person in your life, any person, anybody with that sensitive energy, that emotional connection, somebody who's good with feelings and that kind of thing, anybody that you have an intimate connection with, those people, it says here to embrace those relationships, allow those emotions to come up. So when we talked about things you weren't proud of, it would be good to talk to this person. And if you don't have a person in your life like this could be a therapist or a spiritual counselor as well. But the point of the matter is that you need to tap into those emotions and release them. A lot of men are afraid to do this. They're afraid to go into their sensitive, sensual side. And it's really sad because it's really not even your fault all the time, because our society really does not, it doesn't encourage it. It doesn't encourage men to deal with their feelings. And then if a man acts out as a tyrant or as a misogynist or in a negative way, society jumps down his throat. And it's like, yeah, he shouldn't be that way, but look, the society is what made him that way. So this card is telling you to tap into that energy and let it flow. And this is going to be a healing energy for many of you. All right, let's see the last card. Last card, how I can connect with my inner warrior. Now remember, the inner warrior is the part of you who is successful and secure and those kind of things. And it sounds to me like many of you are tapping, especially in this pile too, many of you are tapping into your inner warrior. This one here says, just to remember that there will be tests, there will be trials, there will be tribulations, things will go wrong. And this card is just telling you to just keep on weathering the storm. Do not give up. You know, when things go wrong, financially speaking, or with your family, or whatever the case is, don't give up. Just keep on pushing, keep on focusing your energy. All your other cards indicate that you are the kind of person who's a winner. This pile is a pile of winners. So when tests and trials and things like that come up for you, and that's not to say that the other piles aren't winners too, because we saw that this pile could manifest, and I'm not even sure what this pile could do yet. But my point is that we definitely know that this pile is got that King of Pentacles energy, and that is the man, baby. That's the coins, baby. That's the gold. You know, that's the manifestations, whether it be, you know, financial and material or not. It's right there within your grasp. Awesome. Love it. Pile number 3. Let's go in with you. Pile number 3. This one is yours. All right, so let me read it to you again so you remember what they're talking about. This is the card that describes your divine masculine energy. So your divine masculine energy is forward moving and forward thinking. Your energy is very business oriented too. 3 of Wands is business, business, business. So as we saw, the other 3 was more like working and working on things. This one is more of a business empire moving forward kind of energy. So usually the person is sitting here on the docks is watching their ships. So they're, you know, sending out ships of goods and cargo for wealth and riches to come back. So this is a great energy for that kind of a thing, and for pushing forward in your ideas too. So this is a good card. So your divine masculine energy is business minded and very idea driven. So you probably have other ideas you can monetize. You should get that guap. Get that money, sir. Number 2, how I support and protect those around me. Let's see how you choose to support and protect. Pile 3. Well, you got the Devil card reversed. So let's put it in the upright. So how does the Devil reverse support and protect those around them? Well, the Devil allows people to be free when it's reversed, because when it's in the upright, people are being kept. They're being held against their will. So when it's reversed, he is allowing people to be free, and there is a more open sense going on. So that's actually good, because the people that was in pile 1 were kind of overdoing the vibration. So in pile 3, the energy is a lot more free. So that's really a good thing. How I could be more active in chasing my desires. All right, let's see your desires. Active in chasing your desires. Pile 3, your desires. You got a lot of opportunities with this one. So your problem really with chasing your desires is going to be choosing what you want to put into. There's going to be so many different opportunities here. So your biggest thing is just going to be deciding, what do you want to desire? What do you want to manifest? That's what we're getting here for this one. It's like, okay, I have many desires. I have many different things I want to do and I want to achieve. And which ones do I want to focus my energy on? And that's not bad. That's actually a good problem to have. That means that you have multiple things that you're going to be able to manifest. Just got to decide and put the energy into it. All right. And this one here says, a suppressed emotion that I should resolve. What is this one you need to resolve? You got the Hermit. So a suppressed emotion that you will often get is loneliness. And it's really interesting because the Hermit can be lonely in a room full of people. This is a very Aquarius card. Often Aquarius feel lonely, misunderstood and lonely. Even with all these people, I know a lot of Aquarius that have huge entourages, and they'll be like, Queen, you just don't know, you know? So I see this energy a lot. So loneliness, or just being a loner, like Batman. Batman, I don't think is lonely all the time. He has Jeeves or whatever his name is, but I think it's that same kind of energy. Is that not just being lonely, but sometimes just choosing to be alone. And so for this particular energy, it says that's an emotion that needs to be resolved. So if you're feeling lonely, then you have to find people that you connect with. That's the most important part. If you're just a loner, I think that's pretty cool as long as you're not unhappy. But if you're a loner, remember there are people that need your light, a light unto others. So there are people that need your light. So I would suggest, okay, be a loner. I'm a loner too, but I give out my light as much as I possibly can in ways that feel comfortable to me. And you can do it in ways that feel comfortable to you. And then it says here, how I can confront this suppressed emotion. What comedy? They're telling you to like lighten up. You know, when you're around people, sometimes people are a little bit challenging. They can be annoying. They can be neurotic. They can be narcissistic. They can be just downright a pain in the ass sometimes. But the more, you guys know I'm always laughing, you know, and most of the time I'm laughing at dumb shit people say to me. So laugh it off as much as you possibly can. Try to see the lighter side of life. Watch lots of comedy, you know. Try to do those kind of things, because this is saying that that's going to help you with that that loner, lonely emotion that we have coming from the Hermit. The more that you laugh and joke with people, the less annoying they're going to be. So when you are around people, when you so choose, you know, keep things light, keep things funny, keep things jovial. All right. And this one here, this is your last one, right? And this one says to us, how can I connect with my inner warrior? Final approach. All right. So for the final approach, how can this person connect with, what number is final approach? Is that 7? All right, let's look at it. The final approach is the decisive test of character. The hero sees the battle ahead and must face his fears and consciously advance into the abyss. Such action may induce a calm before the storm or a moment of deafening quiet. It may even mean the hero loses resolve. Internal battles of determination and confidence and discomfort might churn. The final approach can lead to a crisis of identity. The hero must believe in himself. He must know he is worthy and strong enough to face the supreme ordeal ahead. Internally, this stage asks you to look deep into the shadows of your being. Have you embodied the changes of your quest? Have you gathered the aid needed? If you believe in yourself, the change has already happened. The rest will unfold. If you don't, you can feel lost in the final approach. Look to your goal and recommit. Then take the step forward, knowing that you will succeed. So not only, Pal 3, are you guys ready to succeed, but you're at the very end. So you're in a really good position. You've done a great deal of the work that needed to be done. And you're look at him. Look at him right there. He done climbed all the way from down there. And we don't even know how far this is. It could be miles. So he's climbed from all the way down there, and he's all the way at the top of the cave. So gentlemen, many of you in this pile are at the final approach. So they're just telling you, you know, it may be tiresome, it may be weary. Keep going. Keep going, because you're at the end. You know, you done put forth so much effort, and it may not always seem like it. Just keep putting forth that effort, because something is going to break through. My brothers, I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you because we're family. We are the human family. We're not actually related, but we are the human family. And we need each other. So I offer this to you to help you as much as it possibly can. I hope it resonates. And I hope you come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. See you, brothers.